Okay, so I've gone through and I've reset all of my darkness, all of my heat, and I'm ready to kind of fill this stuff out. So we're going to start with a couple of the darkness ones, because we know that I'm going to max out my dash, right? So that's 50 right there. So now I have my second dash, and I know that I want to do my Death Defiance maxed as well. So those are done. Like, I don't really have to worry about anything else here so much, because everything else is nice, right? Having extra casts, obviously nice. Having, you know, extra gold at the start, nice. Having a 25% damage versus foes afflicted with at least 2 status curse effects, like, also nice. But I can't really worry about what I'm going to put in there. Now I need to fill this out, because we want to get to 120. We want to finish that, and it's going to be very difficult to do so. Starting with the spear, probably going to kill me. So the first thing that I don't think is really that big of a deal is having 2 of those. We're going to max that one out, right? That's pretty easy. I need to get this so I have a 1 heat remaining, essentially. So it's going to require some math, and I may not quite be able to do it. I may need a little bit more heat in order to kind of mess it around a little bit. We'll see. The next thing that I don't really think is that bad of a thing is each rank makes me face additional foes in encounters, because 10%, even 20% additional foes is not that much. So I'm going to take this up to, how far can it go? It can go to 50% additional foes. That's not so bad. The only time this gets dicey is when you get like a lot of ranged characters like mages and whatnot. But I'm gonna have to spend it as much as I can. So we'll leave that at max for now, and we'll bring that down as we go. I think that having less choices isn't that bad, so we'll just go ahead and do that. I mean, it sucks. Obviously, I would prefer to have as many choices as possible when building my builds, but for the time being, we're gonna max that out. I don't think prices are that big of a deal, so I could max this out as well. It just means that don't really worry about gold, don't really worry about shops. That's kind of would be the play style there. Each rank makes any sources of restoration less effective for health. That would suck, but it's really not that big of a deal either if I'm not taking any damage. And a lot of these kind of rely on that. Like, if you don't take any damage, then it doesn't really matter, does it? I don't really know how much, like, that stays at 1 each time I spend it, so I really don't want to put too many points into that. Each rank makes my foes move and attack faster. 10% movement and faster attack isn't that big of an addition, so we'll add that in for now. I believe that these all stay at 1 as I enter in. Oh, no, this one does go up additively, which is okay. So this one, I could get to 2,000, which is what we were running before, and maybe I should leave it at 2,000. But, you know, outside of that, it kind of sucks. I can make my targets move 50% faster and attack 50% faster, which is crazy. But at the same time, may not be so bad. We could try it. It's gonna hurt, but we could certainly try it. Each rank makes your foes 5% of their life total, so just giving them additional life. And again, these kind of go up a bit, and so does these. Let's give them 20% additional life. Let's make them do not too much extra damage, because I'm gonna have a lot of them. And let's see here. I'm at 117. I need to spend 3 to 3. I think that'll be the best. Actually, let's bring that down to 30 and do it. Oof, this is gonna be rough, but we're at 120. All right, the final thing I need to do real quick before we jump into this run is get this stuff set up. I think having additional health per chamber is gonna be good. I think having the extra cast is gonna be good for me. This is not so great. I mean, it's nice, but like, I could get this up to 50% damage if they have the cast in them.
No use.
But would I rather have backstab damage? Yeah, a little bit. I want to max out my life. And I want to have these possibly get as high as they can, maybe 10%. And then we'll come in and do a couple of those. And that leaves me at 15 left. I could math it out where maybe if I remove one of these, put that in, and then do one of those. But gold isn't going to matter much, so we'll stick with that. Okay, so that'll do. Let's go jump in and see how this is going to work. It might be really bad, or it might be really good. There's a lot of potential to get pretty far, but there's a lot of potential to immediately die by the 50% faster movement and attack.
Hello, Zag. Fancy running into you. There's no need to work yourself so hard, you hear me, yeah? I reckon this should take the edge right off.
So, cast lobs a projectile that bursts into Festifog. That's actually not bad.
Cheers to that.
I should mention all of the choices that I've made are based on the concept of what I know I can handle and what I don't think I can handle.
Let me have it.
And I think what I've set up I can handle. It's going to be difficult, but it may not be the same thing that you can handle, so don't necessarily take my little investment there as a guide of how to do this.
The drunkard Dionysus offered you his services, I see. He can be rather unpredictable, and therefore offers me a source of some amusement.
Alright, what do you got? For next 3 encounters, I take additional damage from traps, but 35% additional attack damage afterwards. I can deal that.
Flows through me.
Please, oh please, don't run into traps. That would be the worst case scenario, dying to a freaking trap.
More brimstones.
Oops. I wanted to throw that way, but it kind of got a little funky. Now, of course,
I'll run you through.
we want to try our best to use our cast, because that seems to be what we've gotten. Oh crap, I went right into that stupid trap. Why? Every time with the traps, you know what I mean? Almost got hit again. I want to do my best to be utilizing the Festive Fog, so this is pretty good. Gotta get that gold while I'm down here, even though it's not going to matter too much. It will be nice when we do and eventually invest enough that if we get forced into a store, we can at least use it. I think more are going to spawn after this? No? Okay. That trap hurt.
Right.
I need to not get hit by traps. A key. I need, what, 6 more keys and then I don't need keys anymore? Outside of the crates and whatnot. I'm trying to use my ranged attack a bit too much, I think. I need to actually just use my attack. Because in many cases, oh, damn it, right into that trap. Why? Why am I so bad? Let's get some of the bombers gone, shall we? They are not ideal. Notice how I didn't dash a second time into the trap. I learned my lesson from the first time. Okay, we just have one more encounter to go, and then the traps are no big deal. Let's go with the Daedalus Hammer.
Coming through.
I'm curious if you get the additional health per finishing a room. If when you do that and you get the reduced healing requirements, if you leave it at 1, does it not reduce it further than 1? Or will it reduce it below 0 where it doesn't heal you when you enter a room? These guys are crazy quick. Okay, so let's be smart about this. Let's utilize the pillar here. Kind of screw him over, and then get all up in his face. Stab him to death. Okay, that was better. Let's Festive Fog those guys. Oh, that's a beam guy. Crap. The Broken Spear Point is helping me a little bit. That little tiny immunity frame is really useful, actually. Yeah. That cast does a lot of damage.
Now to fix up this spear.
Spin attack charges and recovers much faster. Ooh.
Barotha grows stronger.
It is
Way too
quite a bit faster, actually.
exclusive access.
I mean, we're doing these for the heat, or because of the rewards for it, so we may as well.
I have a challenge for you, boy.
Yeah, don't get hit. I know. Jeez, I gotta be really careful here. I'm trying to knock his Yeah, those are gonna whiff because they move so fast, so I just gotta be aware of that. Let's dash through. I got him with 2 of those. Try not to aggro the other 2. It's gonna be difficult. Okay, 1 down. And let's get this guy. I probably could have waited to use my casts. Actually, I should have. Try not to get screwed over there. Alright, we got this guy now. Let's take his armor off. The throw is really useful, by the way, for that. Because it essentially means that I can use the return on the throw to remove the second armor. I keep calling it armor. Immunity? I don't know. Shield. Let's call it shields. I remove the second shield with the throwback. So like we can do kind of the same thing to him, but not get too greedy there. I really gotta watch out for him and these other guys. Is this not intense? This feels like really intense to me. Okay. Notice how I used the pillar there? That was intentional. I gotta get this guy's armor down ASAP. Okay. Kinda messed that throw up, but so far it's working for me. Utilizing this pillar to make sure that this guy can't really screw me over with this charge. Because that's the biggest challenge. Dashed the wrong way, almost got myself killed. And by killed, I mean hit, which is basically killed in this scenario. Whew.
How fortunate for you.
Simple.
That went well. I played that pretty well. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so Athena's shield stuff is okay. I don't really quite like her stuff for the spear. Artemis at least is a little bit better. And now we have 35% additional attack damage, so I think Artemis is going to be the better choice, because we might get the crit on the attack, and that's okay.
You and me.
Right, they've got the little shields. I gotta remember that they throw their crap a lot faster. So I gotta just like that. Okay, so he just tossed those out at me. And I kinda got screamed by it. I couldn't even see the bombs there. I gotta be careful with the Fist of Fog then, because that's gonna screw me. Yeah. Ah. The broken spear point is actually kind of keeping me not from getting absolutely destroyed. Maybe a ranged weapon would have been better for trying the 120 heat, but I really do like the spear. I like the way it plays. And it seems to be working. Okay, 1 down. Now I just gotta lock him in. Okay, that's gonna take a while to kill, but I gotta dash away. Whew.
Had enough.
All right, get ready for this, Zagreus, because I seldom share the greatest of my hunting secrets like I am about to.
They better be good. They did buff the wrath rather, on some of the gods in a couple of the in-between patches here. Oh, it's gonna suck. Did I notice that these guys just did the little boob dance thing with their muscles? I think they did. Okay, let's get the hell out of there. Dash through. Try to get those shields off before I do this. Festive fog. Real good. Okay, we got numbskulls. I'm gonna... Ooh, they attack so fast. I cannot get good attacks off on these guys without using my throw, so that's how I have to remove their shield.
Understood.
Whew. This is intense. This is really difficult. Gold is not going to be useful to me. I know I could try, but it's just going to cause me too much damage. And I got to go for the key because I need to try to get to 24. I tried to go for the spin attack. It was too greedy. It was way too greedy.
Easy.
I need my crystals again. So many numbskulls. Crap. This is difficult. That trap, though. Okay. More of them? Yep. Okay, at least they're not all numbskulls, though. Alright, let's do a little bit of creative tossing. Damn it.
Picked up their scent.
Lots of numbskulls. They're really screwing me here. I'm so focused on not dying, or at least not using up one of my things. Okay, let's do some of that. One of those is really bad, and I just ran into that trap and got my Death Defiant Stone. Whew, that sucks. Okay, that could have gone better. That was a tough room for me. You can't just throw traps all over the place and not expect me to run into them. I mean, come on. I'm like the
Let's
trap
see if you
god.
can live through this.
As in, I run into all of the traps.
Come on then.
Okay, this shouldn't be, freaking witches. That's probably the worst one they could have thrown against me for this. So I just gotta live. Remember, and I got a numbskulls. Woohoo! They move so fast. Yeah, I ran right into that trap again. How dare you think I'm better than I really am?
A few more moments.
Trying to use the festive fog to slow down these numbskulls a bit. Jeez.
You waste my time.
Thanks.
That's that.
Key? Ambrosia? Probably key.
Brimstones.
Oh yeah, this sucks. Okay, well, at least now that we've locked him down. These. Focusing real hard on not getting Brimstone to death, but it's not working very well. They got so much range. Okay. You need to die. Freaking numbskulls. Hey! They are brutal on the 50% attack speed and everything. I don't have time to react. And I don't feel like my reactions are that slow. Damn it. I'm so focused on these freaking numbskulls. Okay. Not great. Not a great showing. But we'll pick that up. Also, you know what I considered over the past couple days while thinking about, like, okay, well, what do I need to take in order to... Oh my gosh. I can't even charge up my spin attack on them without just getting raffle stomp. I can't even talk about my strategy that I can't come up with, or thoughts about how to do the 120 run now, because there's so much going on.
Nowhere to hide from me.
Okay. I'm not dead yet. You know, I'm gonna keep trying. This is like the worst room for me at the moment. I need my crystals. Because I really need to slow these guys down.
Close call.
Okay, I might take the attack speed out because it's a little brutal for me. I think that's gonna be my next move. Remove that at the very least. Just focus that guy down so I can get one of them stop charging me. I need to utilize the wall on these guys if I can. Okay, stop moving so fast. Jeez.
Problem solved.
Okay, I got my key. Palm of power. I'm not gonna use my key to do that. It's nice that I could restore up to 25, but it's not gonna be that worth it. Let's just Festive Fog all those guys. Do some tossing. Of course, charge right into that numbskull. I do need to remove the attack speed. It's a little too brutal for spear if I want to run spear. Let's just dash through. Again, just trying to remove all their shields as much as I can at any given point. So I can then lob these at them, deal my damage. Woohoo! It's brutal. Let's just dash through, of course. Toss another one of those. Pick that up. Toss that. Okay, we're starting to break their armor. You don't think I'm gonna make it through this room. If your butt's not clenching, I don't know what's wrong with you, because mine is, especially after I just ran into that trap. There's more things spawning? No! Okay, I don't think I'm gonna make it through this room. Freaking numbskulls. I am utilizing the traps offensively if I can. Jeez. Okay, that was a good pop.
You got it.
Okay, I really only removed shields there. I'm gonna die. I can't survive the numbskulls. They're brutal. Okay. Three HP, baby.
Oh, that hurt.
Hey, my Festive Fog is amazing at the moment. Oh, hey, we got a shop. I don't think I'm gonna be able to buy anything.
Good old Charon.
Whew, I could buy an upgrade to my stuff.
I can use this.
Man, that
I'll
Festive
end your finger
Fog
yet.
is real good. Let's see. Oh, they minimized the UI on this on one of the updates. It's really nice. Let's see here. 158 damage. All right, you know what? I made it to Meg with 120 heat.
Yes,
I feel pretty
I
good
let
about
go.
that.
Guess I was wrong.
I heard what happened. You crossed the river of flame. You really did it.
I know, I'm amazing.
That Hydra was a total bastard, though. Bastards. But you sound practically impressed with me there, Meg. I feel so flattered.
And then she's gonna kill me in one hit.
You'll soon feel something else. I don't know how you did it, but it changes nothing.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that we're in agreement here. Okay, I need to get rid of... Before I do any crazy damage to her, oh my gosh, she attacks so fast. I can't attack fast enough to get these to even hit her. Okay, where's my Festive Fogs? There we go. Lob these. I don't know if I'm gonna hit. I hit her with a couple. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay. No. Whew. I'm gonna die sooner rather than later, but I want you to know, I want everybody to know that I went out doing my best. Brutal.
We're through.
I need to remove the attack speed. That is a little too brutal.
Ah, cheers for that, Meg.
But hey, now we know, right? I think that's okay. Do we have anybody who wants to chat with us? He does.
Hey, listen a moment, lad. I require your discretion with regards to whom we spoke about last time. The Shade you met with at Elysium.
I understand. What can I do about this, sir? There must be something. But you have to let me know what's going on.
Simply put, he is the reason that I'm here. Patroclus lost his life before I did, because of me. I shortly followed in a rage. When I arrived here, I received a hero's welcome. Your father himself ushered me to Elysium. But that's not what I wanted.
You wanted to see Patroclus, but he's in Elysium while you... Oh no.
I signed a pact, lad. Felt the terms were good enough. He could live there, while I'd live here, at least for now. Such deals are most uncommon, and their confidentiality must be upheld. But let's speak no more of this for now, all right?
I see.
Some other time.
That's a pretty good little storytelling bit.
All right. What are those shades?
My poor sheep, cause of death, flooding. Okay, so I have a lot of thoughts on that run. Okay, let's see. I could buy more heat, which is okay. I am gonna buy the 10 keys though. So bam, let's do that. So the good thing about that is now I can run over here and purchase my final thing. Now we don't have to worry about keys anymore.
Even stronger.
We've got everything unlocked. Each rank gives me a 1% chance to have greater effects on my boons, which is nice.
Life even more miserable
So
here.
first things first, we are going to remove, and I guess that's the second thing, remove attack speed, because that is so brutal. I could deal with like 20% attack speed, but 50 is a little much. I want to, well, actually I don't want to increase that much. Each rank makes any source of restoration less effective. I don't know. I think none of these really are super helpful. And I feel like I can really only get the extra heat, the 120 heat, if I do this attack speed thing. Because otherwise I'm reducing my darkness. But what do I need from my darkness? The extra health, great. That, great. This is okay. That's great. So if I can reduce this down to like bare necessities, what would I get? I think even the shadow presence is good, but not great. I think if I were to absolutely reduce everything down to my bare necessities of what I think I would need to make it through and kill the Minotaur and Theseus again, it would be this. So if that is the case, I only need so much. So I could add this in, and it would bring me down to 1250, which I currently have 1225, so that would be perfect. And I've got a little extra to kind of go boop and add that in there if I want, or go boop and add that and that, obviously. So I think that would work. I could also just add 20%, because what's boiling blood again? It's okay. So I think I could do that.
All right.
Now, what does that leave me with? That leaves me with, I need 14 more spent. I could put this up to 30% faster, then I need 6 more spent. 1. Ooh, that's tough. Or I could, I could try that, but that seems real bad. So what are my other options? I don't really have any other options. Okay, let's try that. That might work. I do like this Broken Spear Point. I think it is actually kind of game changing because it does give you a bit of invulnerability. And it's enough to make it so that you don't just take like 100 damage from a couple bombs that get thrown on the ground at any given time, right? You only get like the 1 damage source of that, and then you have a half second of being immune, and that's usually enough to kind of get you out of there. That's kind of what kept me alive.
I'll have to survive the worst the underworld has to offer before I can open this.
Gotta earn it, pal.
Yeah, and the thing with getting this, and what I was trying to say when I was getting attacked by all those numbskulls, is that this, it was easier to do, I believe, before, when you only needed to make it to Hydra. Now, if it has changed and you have to defeat Theseus and the Minotaur in order to get this statue at 120 heat, that is really brutal. That's gonna be hard to do because they're not easy. That whole Elysium is not easy. So let's try this again with our current setup and with my changes that I've made there, and we'll see how far we can get. I think the bow and the gun might be better just to keep me from harm's way. Actually, you know what?
Let's go, Coronaut.
Scared to get up close and see
Let's see what we can do
else?
with bow, because we can take out a lot of shields with our special. And hopefully that will be enough to kind of see how far we can get.